on our behalf. Yeah. Let's see if I can. Do I need to take my glasses off, glare, anything like that?
I think you should be fine.
And you know what? I'm going to change which phone I'm doing because my notes are on it.
Okay, no worries.
I'll shoot it on my personal.
I wonder if I should tell him that. Should I tell him is everybody good?
Are we all good?
Yeah?
Yep. Cool.
All right. Let's start with the easiest question, your first and last name and your title.
My name is Brent Taylor, Brent Taylor. I'm the communications director for the Houston Fire Department.
So what can you tell us as far as like an update from what happened last night?
So as of right now, our HFD's arson investigators continue to work to figure out the cause and origin of the fire, what started it, where it started, things like that. We do believe that the fire started in the unit of the man who passed away. And so they're interviewing residents, family members, property management. We're in contact with property management, working to get all the necessary details to make those determinations. As I believe the police department put out a news release this morning on this incident, they stated the man is 74 years old who passed away, and that cause of manner of death will be determined by the Harris County Institute for Forensic Sciences.
Is it this corner apartment that's up here?
I believe so. Let me go through my notes, but I believe that's the one.
As far as like the cause of the fire, do you think it's arson? Do you think it's accidental, electrical? What are you guys thinking so far?
That's what arson investigators are looking into. I will point to the fact that that Houston Police indicated they did not suspect foul play. Their homicide investigators don't suspect foul play, but until the investigation is complete, we're not going to be able to really make any official statement.
Were there any challenges for firefighters given that this is a facility with for people with disabilities?
So what I know about that is that the people who live here, some of the at least one of the people who was injured, there were a total of 3 people injured plus one man who passed away in this fire. At least one of those who was injured, according to the chief who was on during the incident, those injuries came from jumping off of the balcony or from leaving from the second floor. And so those are, we're familiar with this property. I know certainly the media is familiar with it from the response during the derecho last year. And so we're sensitive to the needs of the people here. I don't have specific details on if rescues were made more difficult because of mobility issues or anything like that. I don't have those details, but like I said, the guys who respond out here, the men and women of the fire department, are familiar with this property and they know what to expect whenever they're coming to a facility like this.
Let's talk about the fire alarms. Do we know if they were working as far as any, the sprinklers, or do they have sprinklers here?
So this property, I don't believe has sprinklers because of the age of it. They were not required at the time that the building was put in, and so they would be essentially grandfathered out of needing that requirement. I believe there are some smoke detectors on the property. I don't know if the one in the unit where the fire started, I don't know if that one was working or not, but that is something that arson investigators are aware of and are looking into.
Do you know, I guess, how often does the fire department go and inspect some of these facilities, especially when it comes to seniors?
It varies. For multifamily, I believe it's every 3 to 5 years that these properties come up for like a routine inspection. This specific property has been inspected as recently as, so May of last year, when the derecho came through, we did an inspection then, and we worked with them over the next several months to make sure that they were in compliance. And as of August of 2024, all of the compliance issues that had been pointed out in May had been remedied, and so they were in compliance as of August. And that was the last interaction that our Life Safety Bureau that the inspectors had at this property would have been the end of August.
So as of August, do you know if each one of these apartments, I guess, are each of the apartments required to have a fire alarm, or is it just like the hallway? How does it work?
No, so each unit should have a smoke detector, and that is the responsibility of the property managers to install that. And that's not just for multifamily like that. Like, that's if you are a resident and you live in a rental house, even if it's a single family, and you rent that rental house, your landlords are required to provide the smoke detector in that case. And so that would be the case at this property.
I guess, do you know if the Red Cross is helping the residents? Do they have a place to stay, or?
Yes. So Red Cross has been out here since last night. They set up they have emergency shelters. They've got locations across the Houston region that they can call on whenever they need to stand those up. And you'll get all sorts of volunteer organizations that will show up and assist. Literally, as we're standing here, I believe we've got Meals on Wheels directly behind y'all. So all sorts of assistance that shows up for the folks who need it during these times. And we're super appreciative of everything that the Red Cross does, because they help us not just with that, but they also do the fire alarm. They canvass neighborhoods. They're a great partner for us in fire safety.
And speaking of that, sorry I came late from another interview. Did you say how many people were displaced?
I'll have to go back and look. I know the numbers they said last night was around 20, but I bet we have a different number right now. So let me check, and I'll talk with the Red Cross as well, see if we can get a better answer for you on that.
And so there's 20 units, right?
There's 24.
24, okay. Anything else that you'd like to add? Anything that we haven't covered?
The investigation continues. With any fire where there's a loss of life, it's tragic. It's really sad. This one, it hurts a little more for some people just because of the experience. We know, we had been out here. Last year during the derecho, the Office of Emergency Management, the police office, the police department, the fire department, the mayor, we stood in this spot. We handed out ice and water and made sure that the people who were here, who were impacted by that power outage, who were unable to get down from their second story because the elevators weren't working and all those things. We were here, so it's a little more sensitive sometimes, and so it just any loss of life is tragic, but we hold ones like this. They're hard.
Are there residents actually using Red Cross, or did some of them decide to just go with family?
I don't have that information. I'll check.
Brent, I'm sorry if you answered this. I came in a little late. It's Joel. It's good to see you. And the question is, regarding this place's sort of history, it's a little bit troubling. Did you go into that? And where is the city in terms of where these guys are in terms of life safety inspections and their sort of adherence to the law?
Yep. So just to recap, we did, and I'll be making this document available today. We found that we pulled up the most recent fire inspection report from the Houston Fire Department's Life Safety Bureau. They had some issues in May of last year, right after the derecho that we pointed out, and we gave them a period to cure the issue. We worked with them over the next several months, and as of August of last year, those issues had been remedied. I can get you the specifics on those. We're going to make that document publicly available on cityofhouston.news, and so you'll all have a link to that here as soon as I get it coordinated with my students.
So that sounds like, and I don't want to put words in your mouth, but they had sort of corrected the outstanding issues?
Yes, the ones that were brought to our attention in May had been corrected as of August, yes.
And was there an initial cause on this fire?
Cause?
Yeah.
They're still working on that.
Okay. Thank you for your time.
For sure.
Thank you.
Thank you so much.
All good. No, it wasn't.
I hope I filmed it okay.
No, it's fine. No, it wasn't a fully planned thing. I came out here to get my own video, and then all of y'all were calling. I was like, well, yeah, I guess we'll
You're
do
like,
this.
I might as well.
Thank you so much.
No, glad to do it. So with that, y'all go back to the parking lot so the lady doesn't get too